Hey everyone, Caffeine Man here. Today we're going over the new C4 Ultimate, and this is one of the biggest, probably one of the biggest collabs that they've had, and it is a collab with the WWE, coming right up. Hello again everyone, thank you so much for joining me today where I go over everyday energy for everyday people. It is primarily energy drink reviews, but I do the occasional caffeine safety video and caffeinated product, and I post new videos every Tuesday night and one on the weekends. And in today's video, we're going over the collab between C4 and the WWE. That's right, this is a pretty big collab that they have, and I'm curious to see if they're going to be doing more flavors and more collabs with the WWE, because there are a lot of people that are in the WWE, and I'm curious if they're going to be having some inspired by flavors by different wrestlers, or who knows what they got in the works. But right now they have Ruthless Raspberry and Berry Powerbomb, and like I said, it is part of their C4 Ultimate line, and the C4 Ultimate line has gotten a pretty big revamp recently. If you want to know everything there is to know about the new Ultimate, you can check out that video right there. I do a comparison between the new Ultimate and the old Ultimate to let you know what changed in these products, and the biggest change is basically that they're kind of moving over to nootropic energy drink so that you can actually get more focus, and with 300 milligrams of caffeine you're going to be getting a nice boost of energy, but the nootropics should balance out any jittery effects of the caffeine. And I have always been a huge fan of nootropics. I will actually include a nootropic playlist at the end of this video, because a couple of years ago I said that I really see nootropics being the wave of the future, and a lot of companies are switching over to nootropics because when you look at pre-workout energy drinks, they usually don't have the effective dosages that you need to get a good workout, so people will take their pre-workout ingredients in powder form, but then they can actually drink these energy drinks to get the focus that they need, because it really is important to be able to focus on your workout. And a lot of people are really realizing that focus is a great thing to have, not just when you're working out, but in your everyday life. Who doesn't want to have a cleaner energy with no jitters and more focus in life? I am definitely a huge fan of them, and since I went over everything you need to know in that other video, we're just going to go ahead, we're just going to taste them out. I am going to grab them out of my Caffeine Man fridge, because you know you got to have these drinks nice and cold. I also know that you guys want to know more about me, and you can find out more about me at caffeineman1.com. And if you don't care about me, you can go there and actually check out my coupon codes to help save you money on energy drinks. That's why most people go. That page has the most hits out of any of the pages, because that's the most important page that people want to see. But I do get a lot of people signing up for my newsletter. My newsletter goes over what I went over last week and what will be coming up this week, all at caffeineman1.com. One of those coupon codes that you're going to see, I'm going to tell you about right now, because it is actually for C4 Energy, which includes these products as well, and you can save at least 20% off when you use coupon code CaffeineMan at the C4 Energy website. I am sponsored by C4, which is why I can get you such a great discount, but that does not influence the scores I give. First one up is going to be the Ruthless Raspberry. Very interested in tasting this one out, because it does have raspberry in the name, and usually raspberry is associated with a blue raspberry or some kind of other raspberry. This one is a Ruthless Raspberry, so I'm wondering what the Ruthless is, but it'll be interesting if it's just a straight up raspberry flavor, because there's really not that many just raspberry flavors. Raspberry is usually a complementary flavor to another flavor, usually blueberry. But rather than guess, let's just go ahead, let's taste out this Ruthless Raspberry with 300 milligrams of caffeine in a 16-ounce can. A little bit of a pinkish color there. I am fairly confident C4 does not believe in artificial colors, so I am guessing that it is going to be coming from aronia fruit. I already knew that from my other video, aronia fruit. How could I forget that? And the aronia fruit comes from the patented brainberry that they have in here. That's right, patented brainberry. If you want to know what brainberry is, like I said, check out that other video, and that's where you're going to be getting this pink color from. Let's go ahead, let's taste it out. I poured too much. I went way above the halfway mark, but I really don't want it to go to waste. So for your carbonation, you're getting this medium to high carbonation, closing it on high. And for your sweetness, I would say the sweetness is on the low end of high. You're definitely getting a decent amount of sweetness in here. And for your flavor profile, I am also going to go on the low end of high for your flavor profile, and it's definitely an interesting flavor. I'm not sure if I would necessarily call it ruthless, because I don't really know what ruthless would taste like. So I'm going to focus on the raspberry flavor, because it is actually it's a raspberry flavor. I don't think they're actually mixing it or combining it with anything else. It seems like it is just a straight up raspberry flavor. And like I said, it's interesting because there really aren't that many straight up raspberry flavors. I cannot think of one at the moment. But when we put the Caffeine Man rating chart up, I obviously put it up there to show you the raspberries. But I'm not sure what else to put on the chart because I'm going to only be able to compare it to like blue raspberries. And that's not going to be fair because blue raspberry is definitely a different flavor than just a straight up raspberry. So it's not really going to matter what I compare it to. All that's going to matter is the score. But let me tell you before you get to the score that the raspberry flavor it's a pretty good raspberry flavor. Not something I would ever think to pick up. But if someone said, hey, here, try this raspberry flavor, I'd be like, oh wow, that's a good raspberry. So now we will go ahead, let's take a look at the Caffeine Man rating chart. I think this is a solid flavor. I think it is a good raspberry flavor. I'm going to give this an 8.6. I think I would like to see it complemented with something else. Obviously, they didn't want to do a blue raspberry because they already have blue raspberry in some of their other lines, or maybe the Powerberry is blue raspberry. Oh, we'll have to find out. But whatever the case may be, I think I would like something a little bit different added to it. But if you're someone who is looking for just a good raspberry flavor, I think you're going to like the Ruthless Raspberry. And here's the Berry Powerbomb. And I gotta say, I didn't say it for the first can, but I definitely like the looks of the cans. When it came to the original C4 cans, I thought that they were pretty plain, pretty simplistic. They did their job in letting you know that they're C4 because they got the nice big logo on there. And they were definitely eye-catching because they got that bright yellow. And when it came to the Ultimate, it was a black can, but I really like what they did with this because they've added a lot to this. You can't see it on camera, but there is this textured pattern in the C4, and there is also the WWE logo throughout the background in here, and I really think those extra graphics really do give it a little bit more depth. And I would have to say that these are definitely the best designed cans that I've seen from C4. I hope they continue the trend. Need to get a little bit less. I drank a little bit too much of the other one, but we got ourselves a nice pink color, same exact color as the other one, because once again, they're using the aronia fruit. So all these drinks, even in the other line, I remember them being pink, all gonna be the same color. Let's go ahead, let's taste it out. So for your carbonation, you're getting a similar carbonation from the first one. You get this medium to high carbonation. For your sweetness, I do think you're on the low end of high. And for your flavor profile, I do actually think you're on the low end of high as well. And for that flavor, it's an interesting flavor. It does have hints of the raspberry in there since I just tasted out the raspberry. But it's definitely not strong in raspberry. I'm just getting hints of the raspberry. And it's definitely not a blue raspberry flavor because I've had a lot of blue raspberry flavors. But I do think there might be a little bit of blueberry in there. And when they call it Powerbomb, yes, I know Powerbomb is a wrestling move, but I think that they are trying to kind of combine that it's a berry with lots of other berries in there as well. Whereas I don't think the Ruthless stood for anything. I do think the Powerbomb is trying to give you a power punch of lots of different berries. So I'm going to go in again and see if I can hone in on any of the berries. And I did have the advantage of having the raspberry first, so I did pick out the raspberry due to that. But I'm going to go back in directly from the can because that's how most of you guys drink it. You don't drink it from a clear cup. So let's go ahead, taste it out one more time. It is very difficult to say. I would definitely say it is a mixed berry flavor. I think they're giving you a little bit of that raspberry, a little bit of blueberry. It's definitely not a blue ras flavor because they're also giving you some other berries in there. I could probably pick out maybe a hint of strawberry with the sweetness that it has. It does taste a little bit almost like a hint of a cherry flavor in there as well. Even though cherry isn't a berry, I don't think it's technically. Is cherry a berry? I gotta look that up. I don't think cherry is a berry. C4 does have a cherry berry flavor. No, I was right. A cherry is not a berry. But yeah, definitely it's a mixed berry flavor, and it's a really good mixed berry flavor. I'm definitely liking the combinations of berries that they have in there. And even though I can't really pick up on too many of the flavors, you don't always have to be able to guess what the flavor is, as long as it's a good berry flavor. If you guys like your berry energy drinks, I really think you're going to like this one. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the Caffeine Man rating chart. I gotta think about what else I'm going to put up there. I don't know. I do that in editing anyway. It doesn't really matter what you compare it to. All that matters is the score. I'm going to give this an 8.8. If you guys like your berry flavors, think you're going to like this one. Another great job to C4 Energy. Like I said, if you guys are looking to pick this up, you can check out the C4 Energy website and save at least 20% off with coupon code CaffeineMan. And that coupon code also works on the Cellucor website and the Extend website. It's too bad I couldn't actually get this review up last week for you guys because GNC just had $1 drinks and these were part of it. But hopefully you guys can try this out. I always recommend picking up at least one can if you can find it at Vitamin Shop or GNC first. If you like it, then you can use my coupon code at c4energy.com. Like I promised, there is the video on C4 Ultimate, and I also have a playlist of all my C4 videos. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It goes in different places all the time. People say I can use a template, but what fun are templates when you can just switch things up? Gotta keep you guys sharp and on your toes. And until next time, have yourselves a great day. Or night.